सलाम, आदाब, नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल दोस्तों, आप सभी का स्वागत है सिटीजन जस्टिस फोरम के इस वीडियो चैनल पर। हमारा मिशन भारतीय नागरिकों को उनके अधिकारों के बारे में जागरूक करना है जो भारतीय संविधान ने उन्हें दी है। अगर आप हमारे चैनल पर पहली बार आए हो तो कृपया सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को क्लिक करें, सबको चुनें ताकि हम जब भी नए वीडियो अपलोड करें तो आपको उसकी सूचनाएं मिलती रहे। हमें बहुत खुशी होगी अगर आप इस वीडियो को अपने संपर्क और दोस्तों के साथ साझा करें। Hello everyone, I am Advocate Suleiman Bhimani and I welcome you all to the Citizen Justice Forum video channel. Our mission is to empower Indian citizens by sharing knowledge about their fundamental rights as specified in the Constitution of India. If you are watching us for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon and select all so you receive notification whenever we upload new videos or go live. Sharing this video with your contacts and friends would be greatly appreciated. Today's topic is about redevelopment. And today we have with us is Mr. Mohammad Afzal. We call him as an Amir Khan, as a pet name. So we are going to ask question and answers regarding redevelopment. What should be done in redevelopment and what should be avoided and how the redevelopment process should start so that you don't become a roofless in dream of having a big house and having some corpus fund and monthly rentals or transit rent. So selection of builder. Before that, why you should have feasibility report. The first thing. And second thing is, the most important is the property card should be in your name and the feasibility report. Then you can think of going ahead with the redevelopment. Till then, you don't think of redevelopment. Yes, Mohammad Afzal.
हाँ, जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि हमारे पास बहुत सारे अपना क्वेश्चंस आए हैं और उसमें से बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है कि जो MRTP एक्ट जो है, व्हाट इज द महाराष्ट्र रीजनल एंड टाउन प्लानिंग एक्ट 1966.
See, the MRTP Act was enacted to provide for proper development and use of land situated in the state of Maharashtra. The MRTP Act also provides for setting up a planning authority which shall be a local authority which is inter alia responsible for making and revising development plans.
What about the applicability of MRTP Act to redevelopment?
There is a wide application. The redevelopment falls within the definition of development as per the MRTP Act. Therefore, the society or the developer needs to obtain prior permission of the planning authority under whose jurisdiction the building to be redeveloped is situated. Now, there are many planning authorities like MCGM, then SRA, MMRDA, MADA, SIDCO. So you will have to approach that authority and they have certain rules and regulations which you have to adopt to before going for the redevelopment.
Who are the planning authorities? As you mentioned कि सिडको है, वो सारी चीज़ें हैं, अलग अलग है, माडा है, तो उसमें मेरे ख्याल से one will have to ascertain कि जिस plot of land उनका जो structure है वो किसको बिलोंग करता है.
Yeah, so I'll make it more clear. If the building is situated in Mumbai, the concerned authority may be Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai or any other special authority such as Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority that we called as MMRDA, then Maharashtra Housing and Area Development Authority that we called as MADA, then Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation, then Slum Redevelopment Authority that we call this as an SRA. It is widely known as SRA. So these are the authorities where you have to approve your plan.
You very well know कि मुंबई म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन इज लिमिटेड टू मुंबई अलोन. तो जो महाराष्ट्र म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन एक्ट जो है 1949 वो बाकी के जगह में एप्लीकेबल होगा.
Yes. See, in Mumbai we have MMC Act, Mumbai Mahanagar Municipal Corporation. If you go to Thane, then you have TMC. If you go to Pune, you have PMC. So such authorities are there, and then you have to follow that act. And MRTP is a general act. That is belongs to covers the whole of the Maharashtra.
What is the Mumbai Municipal Corporation Act 1988?
Actually, it is Mumbai Municipal Corporation Act, which is known as 1888,
Sorry,
the MMC Act. The MMC Act was passed to regulate the executive actions of the municipal authorities of the city of Mumbai. It provides the duties and powers of the MCGM and the commissioner of the MCGM. The MCGM is bound to make provisions for matters such as drainage facility, economic and social development, water supply, and public streets in all over the city of Mumbai. Now you have seen the drainage system. We are facing a lot of problems during the monsoon, right? Because the planning is being taken, although all these agencies are there, but there is some deficiency in planning because we are not able to plan as per the requirement of the enhancement of the amenities which we are providing. Now we have towers up to 50 floors. Now imagine the water flowing from the 50th floor which goes to the chamber below your building, and that has to be reworked, and that chamber is connected again to the sewer. Now the sewer is what we have lived during the British era. We have not changed that. So there requires a certain redevelopment of the infrastructure like disposable of water, storm water drains, and the water which we use daily. Now initially we had 4-story building, 7-story building, or maximum 14-15-story building. But now the height of the building is increasing and the usage of water is also increasing. And just see the amount, the velocity of the water which will be accumulated in the chamber below. If the chamber is not of the adequate size, and the pipe, outlet pipe from the chamber which is connecting to the sewer connection, if is of not proper diameter, then there is going to be an overflow of the water. What we have seen in the monsoon region, when there is a heavy downpour, the water is not able to exit the way it has to be exit. So there is some congestion, and which is leading to a lot of accident. So this really has to be worked from the MMC to the MMRDA to the MADA, that they do proper planning of the drainage system and sewer system.
As you rightly said, आज के तारीख में अगर आप देखें तो there is a scarcity of area and we are moving vertically. तो जब वर्टिकली में हम बड़े बड़े टावर्स अगर बनाते हैं, बिल्डर्स बनाते हैं, कोई 22 फ्लोर्स होता है या कोई उससे ज़्यादा फ्लोर्स होता है, बट ये पाया गया है कि जो एसटीपी जो प्लांट है उसका सही तरीके से यूज़ नहीं हुआ है या उसको डिज़ाइन नहीं किया गया है, जिसके वजह से वंस द मेंबर ऑफ द सोसाइटी व्हेन दे टेक पोजीशन, बाद में पता चलता है कि इट इज़ बिकम अ मेजर इशू.
Yeah. So now the planning has to start from the infrastructure, right from the disposable of stormwater drain to our drainage system. Whatever the water we are using in toilet and bathrooms, because that has increased a lot. So we'll have to really work on that. And now what is happening, especially during the rainy season, initially we had all tar roads. Now we are coming with the concrete roads, so the water which is pouring from the sky is not able to go and absorb in the land.
went to the Supreme Court and Supreme Court ने भी इस order को मतलब इन्हें upheld किया, and they said that because the society is also a co-promoter, then they should compensate the new buyers.
Yeah, see, it is like that in the Goregaon Pearl Society. The problem was that in and around 2010 it went for a redevelopment. Right, builder had, and there were 60 members in the society. 2015, the builder was giving them rent, and he was supposed to construct 2 buildings. In one, he was supposed to rehabilitate or rehab the existing member, and second building was for the sale. Now, what happens? Builder coyly, or cunningly, you can say in that word, he sold 30 flats of the existing members into the sale component, and he told that the 30 members that when I will construct the second building, I'll accommodate that. But since 2015, he stopped paying the transit camp to the members. Members went to the High Court and Justice Kathawala was there. So he told first that what is the outstanding amount. It was coming around somewhere around 6-7 crores, but it was ordered that you pay 5 crore immediately. So the members got the 5 crores, but they were wise enough, they did not use that 5 crores. They used part of the money and the rest they kept it in the FD. Then in the next hearing, members told His Highness the Justice Kathawala, there is no progress, so let builder give a per chart that at what stage what activity he will complete and when he will complete the whole building. Now he gave the per chart but did not do any work, so Justice Kathawala terminated that agreement and society stepped in. So what society did is they cancelled that 30 agreements which were sold in the rehab component, and they constructed the balance work which was left by the builder, and they rehabilitated all the 60 members. And the second building, which was supposed to be the full of sale component building, was only constructed up to 2 floors, that is only the basement's parking area. No further construction was there. So they went into the arbitration, but the arbitration also was in favor of the society. But 2 or 3 members, they went to the NCDRC and said, see that we have purchased the flat from the builder, and the society was the co-promoter because the society had given the land and the society becomes the head. The NCDRC gave the ruling that if you don't give the flat to the home buyers, then the society is responsible to refund the money as per the current market price or as per the interest accumulated. Now this society went to the Supreme Court to challenge the NCDRC order, and then the NCDRC order was upheld by the Supreme Court. Now what is the takeaway from here? This is very important because now what is going to happen in every redevelopment?